Hello everyone. So, we are from Group 11 of Human Development Psychology, and this is a life story of Ashraf Aziz. Alright, before we dive into the life of Ashraf Aziz, let me introduce my fellow members, starting off with Mr. Alin, me myself, Amri, Miss Beatrice, Mr. Constantine, Mr. Douglas, Miss Guinevere, Mr. Stefano, and last but not least, Miss Stephanie Victoria. Okay, now, let's go. Let's begin our journey with forming a new life stage, physical development. Ashraf Aziz's physical journey began at the moment his father's sperm fertilized with mother's ovum, combining the XY chromosomes that determine his biological male sex. His prenatal development then progressed through several formative stages within his mother's womb. During the germinal stage, in the first 2 weeks after conception, the foundational cells that would form Ashraf's body were established. The subsequent embryonic stage from 2 to 8 weeks saw the formation of Ashraf's major body systems like his respiratory and digestive tracts taking shape. In the final fetal stage, from 8 weeks until he's born, Ashraf's bone calcified, his eyelids formed, and his physical features became more recognizably human. Heredity played a role as well, with Ashraf's inheriting dominant traits like straight black hair and free earlobes from his parents. By the time he was ready for childbirth, Ashraf had undergone incredible transformations in his physical development from that original fertilized cell. Next, on cognitive development, even before birth, Ashraf Aziz's cognitive development was underway. His brain expanded rapidly throughout the third trimester, establishing the foundation for subsequent learning. As Ashraf's sensory systems developed, he started reacting to external stimuli. He could recognize his mother's voice, showing early signs of auditory processing and memory formation. This ability to learn and remember in utero was evident in Ashraf's reactions to familiar sounds and tastes, demonstrating the beginnings of preference formation and information processing. Ashraf's psychosocial development also had its roots in the womb. He showed early signs of emotional responsiveness, reacting to his mother's stress levels and moods. This formed the basis for emotional attunement and future social interactions. The foundations of Ashraf's temperament were emerging too, visible in his patterns of movement and responses to stimuli. These early traits would influence his future personality and social behavior. Moreover, the consistent sounds of his mother's heartbeat and voice were already fostering a sense of security and the beginnings of attachment, setting the stage for Ashraf's future social and emotional development. Next, let's go through the birth and the first 3 years stages of Ashraf Aziz's physical development. Ashraf Aziz exhibited typical physical development milestones during his first 3 years of life. He was born at an average size 7 pounds and measuring 20 inches, with a healthy score on the APGAR scale, which rapidly evaluates the physical condition of newborns based on 5 criteria. Throughout infancy and toddlerhood, Ashraf's growth trajectory for head and weight progressed normally. He achieved motor skills milestones like head control, rolling over, and sitting with support within the expected time frames as his reflexes matured. His nutritional needs were appropriately met through breastfeeding initially, followed by the introduction of bottle feeding and solid foods around 6 months of age. Cognitive development. As Ashraf spent his early years primarily in the care of a babysitter due to his parents' work commitments, his cognitive development was influenced by his environment. He exhibited classical conditioning by reacting to the sound of a bell, associating it with playtime. Ashraf also demonstrated the information processing approach by recognizing and responding positively to his parents when they come to pick him up. His language acquisition followed the typical pattern, starting with understanding simple words like yes and no between 1 to 2 years old, progressing to 1 to 2 word sentences, example, where mama, and eventually using 2 to 3 word sentences, example, what is that? and grasping grammar concepts like plurals, prepositions, modifiers, and adjectives by the age of 3. Finally, in terms of psychosocial development, Ashraf experienced an expansion of emotional range around the age of 2 to 3 years, exhibiting emotions such as embarrassment, envy, empathy, and guilt. As he grew older, he engaged in play activities with his brother outside the home, fostering social relationships beyond the familial context. This exposure to social interactions facilitated the development of crucial psychosocial skills and abilities.
Early childhood. Ashraf's physical development learned self-defense from his father at age 5. Number 2, and at age 5, 7, because his father died during the war in Lahadato. Ashraf's cognitive development. Mother new schema. Ashraf influenced by his mother new schema, meaning a new way of viewing and believing in things after his father died. Number 2, acceptance of his mother belief. There's psychosocial development. Ashraf strongly impacted by his father teaching. His father teaching left a powerful emotional memory of Ashraf. Number 2, experience emotional distress after his father died. Ashraf experienced significant emotional distress. Number 3, emotional support from his mother. His mother provided emotional support and stability, shaping Ashraf's moral and behavior. Summary: during his early childhood, Ashraf experienced significant change in physical, psychosocial, and cognitive development. The self-defense training from his father not only shaped his physical development and discipline, but also left a deep emotional impact. After losing his father, his mother support and guide play a crucial role in his emotional development.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Victoria, and I'll be sharing Ashraf Aziz's journey through his middle childhood, aged 6 to 12 years old. During this period, Ashraf Aziz continued his education in primary school, where he demonstrated a strong interest and involvement in various sports. His participation wasn't just limited to school activities, he also engaged in sports outside of school, earning numerous medals and trophies. This active involvement highlights his physical development and athletic prowess during these formative years. Ashraf's participation in numerous sports activities substantially improved his physical fitness and coordination. Winning several medals and prizes demonstrated his athleticism and perseverance. However, the stress connected with his academic and athletic success may have detrimental health consequences. Nonetheless, his mother's encouragement in sports kept him busy and engaged, which improved his general physical well-being. Ashraf excelled cognitively in mathematics, constantly receiving high results and becoming a well-known student representative in this field. His success in athletics and academics proves his ability to set objectives, work hard, and obtain excellence. These experiences helped him to develop critical cognitive abilities, including problem solving, analytical thinking, and determination. However, his triumphs and growing reputation resulted in growth of pride and egoism. Despite this, his mother's encouragement in both academics and sports helped him to stay motivated and focused. Psychosocially, Ashraf had a strong sense of identity and self-worth thanks to his accomplishments in athletics and academics. His participation in team sport promoted community building, cooperation, and social integration. His standing as a top athlete and student elevated him in the eyes of teachers and classmates. But his increasing egotism and conceit caused problems in his relationship and social interactions. His mother's steadfast encouragement and support gave him mental stability, which enabled him to overcome these obstacles and preserve a sound psychological state. Overall, Ashraf Aziz's middle childhood years were marked by outstanding athletic and academic achievements, as well as personal obstacles relating to his developing ego. His mother's assistance was critical in balancing these components, helping to his overall growth at this stage of life. Thank you for listening to Ashraf Aziz's journey through middle childhood.
Next, we will explore the Ashraf developments across three keys, which is physical, cognitive, and psychosocial. Alright. For Ashraf physical developments during adolescence, physical activity play a crucial role in overall health and growth. Through a variety of activities, Ashraf demonstrated impressive physical developments. His dedication to sports not only earned him awards but also contributed him his physical well-being. For Ashraf cognitive development, adolescence is also a time of significant cognitive growth. Ashraf's strong performance in mathematics competitions highlight his intellectual abilities and commitment to learning. These achievements are a testament to his progress in abstract thinking and problem-solving skills, hallmarks of Piaget's formal operational stages. Lastly, Ashraf's psychosocial developments. While Ashraf excels in academic and sports, adolescents also can present challenges. Like many teenagers, Ashraf grapple in his issue of self-esteem, sometimes manifesting as arrogance and egoism. However, with his mother's guidance in both academics and athletics, Ashraf was able to navigate Erickson's stage identity versus role confusion. This supportive environment fostered his growth and helped him develop a more balanced perspective.
Now, we will explore into Ashraf's young adulthood era. His physical development remained a focus throughout his young adulthood. His emphasis on physical health and endurance met the military's physical demands, underscoring the importance of physical development in young adulthood. Ashraf's cognitive growth as a young adult included adapting his physical condition and mental sharpness to military training. Here, he explored career choices and set personal goals, seeking identity and purposes in his life, and he ended up in the military field. Ashraf's reason in joining the military was very personal to him. This is due to the loss of his father to Lahat Datu War at Sabah, which lifted him to achieve high levels within the military fields. This decision fits with Erickson's intimacy versus isolation stage that brought young adults interested in meaningful relationships and pursue career goals.
Ashraf cognitive development. Ashraf, with 25 years of military service, has high crystallized intelligence. He excels in leadership, strategy, planning, and also decision-making under high pressure. Ashraf also mentors younger soldiers and retains strong practical problem-solving skills. In Ashraf's physical development, even though Ashraf has occasional shoulder pain, but he can manage it by maintaining health with exercise, which is strength, cardio, and also flexibility. He often uses reading glasses for close-up tasks due to blurred vision. Ashraf stays active with team workout and sport with family. Ashraf's psychosocial development is Ashraf enjoy a fulfilling life with Lisa and feel a strong sense of belonging. He also maintains close ties with fellow soldiers for emotional support and camaraderie. And also Ashraf's leadership shine in organization events and support for retired military personnel. That's all for middle adulthood.
Let's start by looking at Ashraf's physical development. Ashraf deals with two diabetes and high blood pressure by eating well, visiting the doctor often, and taking medicines. Even though he has Parkinson's disease, which makes his hand shakes and makes it hard to balance. He still does many things on his own with help from his partner Lisa and caregiver. Next, we will discuss about Ashraf's cognitive development. As Ashraf gets older, he finds it tougher to learn new stuff quickly because his brain ability to think fast is not strong. But he's still really good at using the knowledge and smarts he gained over the years. Lastly, Ashraf's psychosocial development. Ashraf has a close group of family and friends who make him feel important and part of a community. As his Parkinson gets worse, he needs more help, but being around people he cares about is really important for him to feel happy and healthy.
On the final part, which are the end of Ashraf's life. Okay, from the aspect of physical development, we can see Ashraf diagnosed with the Parkinson disease and age-related health issue, which make him use a wheelchair due to his sickness such as tremors, stiffness, and coordination loss. And then his medical team need to focus on his pain management, and they need to give him a palliative care to alleviate suffering from him. So despite these challenges, Ashraf's daily activity show his strong will to stay independent and to stay alive. Okay, then from the cognitive development, we can see Ashraf having an advanced Parkinson, which make him faces a lot of confusion in his life, and he's also being forgetful or forget everything in his life. And then his long-term memory is intact, enabling him to share military story. So he uses this memory aids and family support through conversation and to manage his daily life so that he can maintain his mental health. Okay, lastly, from the aspect of psychosocial development, we can see Ashraf, who are former military comrades, has a strong bond with Lisa, which are his family primary caregiver. So apart from that, his family also always visit him wherever he at home or he at the hospital, and then his family will create a loving atmosphere. And beside of his family, his friend also, including the former military peers, come to visit him, so they can offer him emotional support so that he will be strong in his mental and especially in his emotional. And then lastly, Ashraf passes away peacefully at his home, with surrounding by his loved ones such as his family and his friend.
In summary, Ashraf Aziz showcased human development from birth to death. His physical growth progressed through key stages including learning self-defense and coping with his father's loss. Cognitively, he was shaped by self-defense training, his mother's guidance, and a strong emotional memory. Excelling in mathematics and facing ego challenges. Psychosocially, he was nurtured by his mother, dealt with his father's absence, and built meaningful relationships, finding purpose in the military. In middle age, he thrived in leadership but faced Parkinson's disease. And in the latest years, yet, Ashraf Aziz maintained strong psychosocial ties until his end.
Ashraf Aziz's life story serves as a powerful illustration of the intricate interplay between physical, cognitive, and psychosocial development throughout the human lifespan. It highlights the impact of early experiences. As we reflect on Ashraf's journey, we are reminded of the universal challenges that characterize human development. In presenting his story, it is essential for us to convey the complexity of human development and the ways in which our understanding of these processes can inform our approach to supporting individuals at various stages of their life. This story is not just about the life of a fictional character that we create, but also a reflection of a real human experience which offers insight that can be applied to a real-world context to promote well-being and development. Thank you.